Finally, my love, here are some quotes from Kim Porter's book that we have been discussing for years. That is supposedly, but you know what? The facts on the pages that were released are so real that I can assure you that Kim wrote them herself.
Kim probably told all that in her book, you understand, that up and got missing the day she...
As I've already mentioned in earlier episodes, Kim's family was attempting to sue Diddy for wrongful death and was looking for legal counsel. They also claimed to have tangible proof to back up their claims. The memoir that Kim had written was now one of the things they were depending on. The book was genuinely on the verge of publication, but a contributor informed me that Sean had placed restrictions on Kim Porter's book, preventing it from being published. It onto the shelves. Yes, he does not place undue pressure on any of the individuals who contributed to the book's compilation. Did he even seem to send them a court injunction to prevent the book from being published? However, it's obvious that he's no longer in a position to actually threaten anyone. And here's the scoop. A few pages from Kim's book were leaked by an unnamed insider. Furthermore, I can confirm that the events that befell Kim were just as explicit as what we have been discussing for years. Kim's lost words. A Journey for Justice from the Other Side is the title under which the informant apparently intends to publish the complete book. Allow me to give you a preview of what's inside before they go. All right, so Kim described in the first chapter of the purported book how Diddy's jealousy and short fuse forced her always be on guard. She also mentioned an incident in which Diddy supposedly sent her to the hospital after severely beating her with a chair after she was given some flowers. That specific incident was reported by Kim as follow. San yelled, "No, who the F are they from?" I was bewildered and told him honestly, "I don't know. Probably just a fan." Then he threw the attached card at me, which I picked up and read. He gave me a slap so hard that I fell to the floor. "Who the F were you with the other night?" Sean yelled. The card next to me said, "The other night was amazing. We must do it again," and I glanced down at it. Diddy reportedly threw the flowers at Kim as she attempted to explain to him where the flowers originated, saying, "That's not how this works. You don't touch anyone until I give you permission. You have my child." It stated that Kim was trying desperately to calm Diddy down by explaining that she had just met with a producer over coffee to talk about the possibility of her starring in another film that he wanted to produce. However, this just made Diddy more irrational, to the point where he flipped and broke a table. Kim then wrote, "I begged him to screamed at me, please." I made every effort to become calm. Most likely, he just did know that wasn't brought up. "You are dating someone else in public." He screamed at me, and for some reason, it sounded even louder. "Did you not tell him to give up?" "No, Sean, I didn't." Then, without warning, he struck me with a chair. That was the last thing I recall till I woke up in a hospital room. I had a cast on and was wearing a sling over my arm. My face ached. My lip and eyebrow were hurting so much. The man who brought me here was the first face I saw. What's the deal with chairs, really? Recall that in 2000, Rolling Stone published an article mentioning Kim's brief relationship with the late music executive Shakir Stewart. Furthermore, Shakir's mother claimed that Diddy once threatened her son because he wouldn't let anybody else date. It seems that after shattering a chair on Shakir's head, Diddy left him bleeding on an Italian hotel floor. Therefore, the portion where Diddy says that Kim cannot have anybody else and hits her with a chair is, if at all, plausible. However, I'm curious to hear if Kim was really seeing someone at the time, or if the flowers were really from a producer. Could it be that the producer had an affair in secret? I'm not sure. However, Kim went on and said in the biography that although Diddy had apologized and said he didn't know what had happened to him, she was worried about her safety because they were in a private hospital room, and she couldn't even scream if her life depended on it because no one would hear her. "And I was just so jealous," Diddy supposedly added, as she lay in a hospital bed. "You are aware of my personality. I apologize, sweetie. I swear that I will never touch you again. I promise." She added that she was worried Diddy, being a kingpin, would tell lies and claim she was in a car accident, and people would believe him. Nevertheless, Kim claimed that Diddy helped her recover over the course of the following 6 months, making his way back into her life and into her bed. In the book, she admits that it was foolish of her to give Diddy her back, and naturally, she was not chosen for any film roles. As far as she knew, the producer actually passed away from pneumonia. Whoa, ho, hang on, please! A case of pneumonia, the same pneumonia kid that also killed her. They include chemicals that cause symptoms similar to pneumonia and heart attacks. All right, so the interaction in question is said to have happened sometime between Christian's 1998 birth and the twins' 2006 delivery. Kim mentioned in her memoir that Christian was with the nanny around that time, and she wrote about giving birth to the twins in the next chapter. The narrative written by Kim also implies that this was not a single episode. Rather, it presents a picture of a man who was extremely domineering and prone to violent outbursts. We've already sort of established that, isn't that right? As I previously mentioned, the book describes in detail how Diddy used Kim as a tool for manipulation and isolation. Kim would wear a strap-on to appease Diddy and would then sob uncontrollably by herself. Diddy was paying people to monitor her closely. Her house was being wiretapped, phone lines were tapped, and even Diddy's request for full custody of the twins was disclosed, but Kim promised to expose him if he ever took our children away from her. We've also previously discussed how Kim prevented Ol Bishaw from meeting Diddy and advised him not to go to specific locations, as well as how the East and West Coasts staged events to get rid of Tupac and Biggie and get their masters because it was rumored that Pass and Biggie were going to band together to fight Bad Boy and Death Row over the rights to their music. The documents that were leaked also include extensive information regarding Diddy's purported role in Tupac Shakur's demise. Sweetheart, the possibility that the book's extracts are authentic doesn't surprise me. I personally have heard enough about the possible outcomes for Kim at this time. After all, a prior story said that blood had been found on Kim's pillowcase and that, the day she passed away, there had been a faint trail of blood from the bedroom floor to the bathroom. Kim was allegedly not discovered unconscious in her bed. If they found her on the bed, it was because she was placed there purposefully. Otherwise, she was found on the bathroom floor. Furthermore, a number of publications have stated that the initial coroner who performed Kim's first autopsy suspected foul play due to the quantity of a specific toxin discovered in Kim's system. It took a while for the second coroner, who succeeded the late Winter, to determine that Kim had died from pneumonia despite Winter's insistence that the case needed more investigation. Not to be forgotten, Kim was reportedly attempting to contact her primary care physician in the days preceding her death because she sensed something was off. Sadly, she was unable to contact her doctor, and since she had never had trouble getting in touch with the doctor previously, it seemed odd to her that the doctor hadn't responded. After then, Kim allegedly told Diddy that she was unable to get in touch with her doctor, and he suggested that she see someone else. After Kim's death, 2 of her famous friends are believed to have contacted the primary care physician, who claimed not to have received a call from Kim. Furthermore, he was ignorant about Kim's illness. The pals who wished to remain anonymous claim that Kim contacted a few of her friends the night before she passed away, telling them, "He got me." Once more, I'm not sure if the snippets circulating are authentic, but I can guarantee the existence of the unpublished memoir. The day will come when we receive the complete book. Tell me what you think in the meanwhile, though. Do you find the pages that were released credible? Is it possible to utilize the memoir as proof against Diddy? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Is it possible to utilize the memoir as proof against Diddy? Please share your thoughts in the space provided for comments below.